At first, you barely notice it. The yard is loud. A robin is calling from the fence. Sparrows are arguing in the bushes. Somewhere in the distance, a crow lets out a sharp warning cry. And then, everything stops, not slowly, not naturally, all at once. The birds disappear into silence so complete that even humans can feel it. No chirping, no wing movement, no rustling in the trees, just stillness. If you've ever experienced this moment, you probably felt something strange immediately afterward, a feeling that the environment itself had changed, that something unseen had moved into the area. And the unsettling part is, you may not be imagining that feeling at all, because birds go silent for reasons humans often fail to notice until it is already too late. Welcome back to Backyard Bird Mind. Tonight, we're uncovering one of the strangest behaviors in the natural world. Why birds suddenly stop singing, what they might be detecting before humans can, and why ancient people once believed sudden silence in nature was a warning sign from the world itself. Stay until the end, because the final thing we cover explains why entire forests can fall silent minutes before disasters humans never saw coming. And once you notice it for yourself, you will never hear silence the same way again. Number 1. Silence is an alarm system. To humans, birdsong feels peaceful. Background noise, decoration, something pleasant outside the window. But to birds, sound is survival. Every chirp, whistle, and call carries information, location, safety, food, territory, predators. A normal backyard is actually a constant stream of communication happening above your head every second. Birds are checking on each other continuously. A chickadee calling from a branch is saying, "I'm safe." A robin singing from a fence is announcing, "No danger here." Small flock calls between sparrows are like a moving radar system, constantly updating the group about what they see. This means something important. When birds suddenly stop making noise, it usually means the entire system has detected a possible threat. And the silence spreads fast. One bird freezes, another stops calling, then another. Within seconds, an entire yard can go quiet. Not because the birds disappeared, but because they are listening, watching, waiting. And most humans never notice this change until after the birds already have. Number 2, birds detect predators long before humans. Do imagine walking through a forest. To you, everything looks normal. But above you, hidden in the trees, dozens of birds are monitoring movement constantly. Birds process visual information far faster than humans. Some species can detect tiny movements from astonishing distances. A hawk shifting branches half a football field away. A snake moving through grass. Even the shadow of a predator overhead. Birds often detect these things long before we do. And the first sign is usually silence. Researchers studying forest birds noticed something fascinating. When a predator entered an area, the forest did not become chaotic first. It became quiet first. The silence itself was the warning. Because noise attracts attention, and attention gets birds killed. So instead of panicking immediately, many birds freeze completely. Some flatten against branches, some dive into dense shrubs. Others stop moving so suddenly, they become almost invisible. For a moment, the entire environment enters lockdown, and humans walking through these areas often report the exact same feeling. That place suddenly felt wrong. Your brain notices the silence before your conscious mind understands it. Because, for millions of years, humans evolved in the same environments as birds. Ancient humans likely survived partly by reacting to the alarms birds created around them. If the forest suddenly went silent, something dangerous might be nearby. Number 3. Birds may detect storms before humans can. This is where things become even stranger. Sometimes birds go silent when there is no visible predator at all. No hawk, no cat, no danger humans can see. And yet, the birds know something is coming. Scientists believe many birds can sense tiny atmospheric changes before storms arrive. Changes in air pressure, humidity, electrical conditions, even extremely low-frequency sounds humans cannot hear. Before severe storms, birds often behave differently for hours. Feeders empty early, flocks disappear, calls become less frequent. And then comes the silence. In 2014, researchers tracking birds in the United States discovered something extraordinary. Golden-winged warblers abruptly abandoned their breeding areas before a massive tornado system arrived. Not during the storm, before it. The birds left nearly 2 days earlier. The storms were still hundreds of miles away. But somehow, the birds detected them. Scientists believe they may have sensed infrasound. Low-frequency vibrations produced by massive storm systems. Humans cannot naturally hear these sounds. But birds might, which means the birds in your yard may sometimes know dangerous weather is approaching before your phone, your television, or even the sky itself gives you a warning. Number 4. The psychology of silence. Humans are deeply affected by sudden natural silence, even if we don't understand why. Imagine sitting outside on a normal summer evening. The insects are buzzing, birds are calling, leaves are moving. Then suddenly, everything stops. Your body reacts immediately. Your muscles tighten. Your attention sharpens. Your breathing changes. Why? Because silence in nature rarely means nothing. For most animals, including humans, sudden silence historically meant one thing: a predator may be nearby. This ancient survival response still exists inside you. Researchers studying human psychology found that unpredictable silence creates more tension than loud noise, because the brain expects information from the environment. When that information disappears suddenly, your mind assumes something caused it. This may explain why sudden quietness in forests, fields, or neighborhoods can feel genuinely unsettling. Your nervous system interprets silence as missing data. And missing data can mean danger. The birds understand this instinctively. They have relied on it for millions of years. Humans once did too. Number 5. The most terrifying silence in nature. There is one type of silence that researchers and survivors describe again and again. And once you hear about it, you may never forget it. Before some earthquakes, before tsunamis, before massive environmental disturbances, people have reported something deeply strange. The birds disappeared first. Entire areas became unnaturally quiet. In some cases, dogs barked continuously, insects vanished. Bird song stopped completely. Then the disaster came. Scientists are still studying whether animals can detect tiny vibrations humans cannot perceive. Some evidence suggests they can. Birds are extraordinarily sensitive to movement, pressure, and sound frequencies. A vibration too small for you to notice may feel enormous to a creature weighing less than a handful of coins. And even when birds do not fully understand the danger themselves, their instincts push them towards silence and concealment. Nature reacts before humans do. Most of the time, we are simply too distracted to notice. Final section. The next time the birds go quiet. Tonight, or maybe tomorrow morning, you may hear it happen. Your yard will be alive with sound. Birds calling from trees, movement everywhere. Then suddenly, silence. And now you'll know what you're actually hearing. Not emptiness, not absence, but attention. A hidden network of tiny creatures scanning the world for danger with senses humans barely understand. The birds are listening, watching, monitoring the sky, the trees, the wind itself. And when they suddenly go silent, it may mean the natural world has noticed something before you have. Tell me in the comments, have you ever experienced a moment when nature suddenly went completely silent around you? And did something happen afterward? I read every comment. I'll see you in the next one.